You walk into a room full of strangers. Someone smiles. Another person avoids eye contact. A third greets you with confidence. Before anyone has spoken for long, your mind has already decided who seems trustworthy, confident, or distant. The strange part is that you believe those first impressions are true, but psychology suggests something very different. What if your brain decides who someone is before you even know them? Psychologists have studied this for decades, yet most people never notice it happening. First impressions don't begin with logic. They begin with speed. Your brain instantly scans a face, a voice, a posture, and a simple expression, asking one silent question: is this person safe? The answer often comes before you're aware you've judged them. That's why a stranger can feel familiar, while someone else feels distant for no clear reason. Your brain compares every new face with memories from your past. It feels like intuition, but it's really a collection of quick mental shortcuts built over time. Here's the surprising part. Those shortcuts aren't always accurate. Imagine meeting two coworkers. One is confident and talkative, the other is quiet and nervous. Most people assume the confident person is more capable. Weeks later, the quieter coworker may be the one solving every difficult problem. Your first impression felt certain, but it wasn't. If these ideas resonate with you, consider subscribing. This channel explores the hidden psychology behind everyday human behavior, and there's always more to discover. Because the first impression you make and the one you believe may have less to do with reality than you think. You walk into a coffee shop. Two people are sitting alone. One smiles and looks relaxed. The other keeps their arms folded and avoids eye contact. Before either person says a word, you've already decided who feels more approachable. Your brain is built to make quick judgments. It notices facial expressions, posture, eye contact, and movement in just a few seconds. Then it asks one silent question: can I trust this person? This happens automatically, often before you're aware of it. But here's the surprising part. These judgments aren't always true. Someone who avoids eye contact may simply be shy. Someone who seems confident may be hiding their nerves. Your brain fills in the missing details with quick assumptions. Think back to your first day at school or work. The person who seemed distant may have later become your closest friend. The one who appeared confident may not have been as capable as you first believed. First impressions feel certain, but they're often incomplete. And once your mind forms that first opinion, something even more interesting happens. It begins searching for proof that it was right. Imagine meeting someone for the first time. They smile, stand confidently, and make calm eye contact. Instantly, they seem trustworthy. Another person looks nervous and avoids your gaze. Before either has said much, you've already formed an opinion. Your face and body often speak before your voice does. People quickly notice expressions, posture, and small movements. In seconds, these signals shape how others see you. But the twist is, a serious face doesn't always mean someone is unfriendly. A nervous smile doesn't mean they lack confidence. They may simply be tired, shy, or anxious, yet our brains often mistake temporary emotions for someone's true personality. Think about a job interview. One candidate speaks with confidence. Another answers more quietly but has better ideas. At first, the confident speaker seems more capable. Later, the quieter candidate may become the top performer. That's the hidden power of first impressions. They're often built on appearances, not reality. And the next reason explains why confidence can be so misleading. Some people walk into a room and instantly grab everyone's attention. They speak with confidence and seem completely sure of themselves. It's easy to assume they are the most capable person there. But confidence and competence aren't the same. Your brain often mistakes confidence for ability even when there's little evidence. Imagine two coworkers sharing ideas. One speaks boldly, the other thinks before answering. At first, the confident speaker impresses everyone. Weeks later, the quieter coworker delivers the better results. That's why first impressions can be misleading. Confidence is easy to notice, but real ability takes time to reveal. And confidence isn't the only shortcut your brain uses. The next hidden pattern explains why strangers can feel familiar the moment you meet them. Have you ever liked someone the moment you met them without knowing why? They simply felt familiar. That feeling is more powerful than it seems. Your brain naturally trusts what feels familiar. It compares new people with faces, voices, and experiences from your past. If someone reminds you of a friend or family member, you may trust them more without realizing it. But the twist is, familiar doesn't always mean trustworthy. Sometimes you're reacting to a memory, not the person in front of you. Imagine meeting a new neighbor who reminds you of an old friend. You instantly feel comfortable, even though you've only just met. This mental shortcut shapes first impressions every day, and the next hidden pattern shows how one tiny detail can completely change the way someone sees you. Sometimes one small detail shapes an entire first impression. It could be a smile, a handshake, a tone of voice, or simple eye contact. Tiny moments often leave the biggest impact. Your brain quickly turns these small signals into big conclusions. A calm voice may seem trustworthy. A distracted glance may seem rude, even when it isn't. Imagine arriving late to a meeting. You're stressed and avoid eye contact. Others may think you're unfriendly when you're simply overwhelmed. That's the hidden psychology of first impressions. People often judge a single moment instead of the whole person. But first impressions aren't permanent. The next hidden pattern explains why some people completely change your mind over time. Have you ever misjudged someone, then realized they were completely different? It happens more often than we think. People are often judged by a single moment. Someone may seem quiet because they're nervous. Another may look cold because they're having a difficult day. Yet your brain treats those moments as if they reveal the whole person. Think about your first week at school or work. The quiet person may later become your closest friend. They didn't change, you simply got to know them. That's why first impressions are only the beginning, not the full story. And the final hidden pattern explains how you can leave a lasting first impression without pretending to be someone you aren't. The good news is that first impressions can change. They happen quickly, but they aren't permanent. Think about someone who seemed cold when you first met them. After a few conversations, they turned out to be kind and thoughtful. Your first impression changed because you learned who they really were. The same is true for you. You don't have to pretend to be someone else. Over time, your actions matter more than your first impression. Consistency always speaks louder than one moment. So remember, a first impression may open the door, but it never tells the whole story. If this video gave you a new perspective, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to explore more hidden patterns of human behavior, consider subscribing for future videos. Here's something surprising. The first impression you form often says as much about you as the other person. Your past experiences shape how you see new people. If someone reminds you of a trusted friend, you may like them instantly. If they remind you of someone who hurt you, you may keep your distance. You're not just judging the person in front of you, you're also judging them through your own memories. Once you realize this, you become less certain of your first impressions and more open to seeing people for who they really are. The next time you meet someone, remember this: a first impression is only the beginning, never the whole story. Behind every face is a life you can't understand in just a few seconds. The more you understand how your mind works, the more carefully you begin to see others and yourself. Once you notice these hidden patterns, you'll start seeing them everywhere. If this video gave you a new perspective, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to explore more hidden patterns of human behavior, Consider subscribing for future videos.